this is the middle of Vale dos Vinhedos in Terroir, Brazil. And you're going to quickly give us the 101 about what makes the wine special from here. So first of all, maybe you want to tell us a bit about the climate?
Okay, as you can see, the climate here is a climate, we are in a new world country, okay, but it's not a new world climate. You can see around, you can see the green thing.
Very green.
So that means that we have natural water from the sky, from the clouds. We have rain, we have...
How much rain do you have a year typically here?
Oh, it's something like 1,500 millimeters, but well distributed. But we have some winters that is complicated because part of the rain also can happen during the ripening time. So such years, such harvests, they are a bit complicated in the sense of ripening. Yeah.
Super. Right now, this is the first week of May that we're visiting here. And some places in the rest of the southern hemisphere, in Argentina, Chile, they'll still be finishing the harvest. But you harvest February, March. When is the harvest? What dates?
Yeah, the normal harvest here is from this place in Vale dos Vinhedos is normally from end of January up to end of March. Okay. This year was a very big early year. Yes, very earlier. We started to harvest by the end of December.
Perfect.
Yes, but comparing to Chile, Argentina, we normally harvest 1 month before, thanks to latitude, thanks to the fact in this place is not so cold at night, not so cool, and is a more subtropical to temperate region. Is not a cool region like that one. We are still in a cool place. Talking about Brazil, let's say that we have in the coolest place in Brazil, the south of Brazil. Thanks to that, the latitudes, they are not so far from the Argentinian and Chilean wine producing regions. But we in Uruguay, we normally have a climate that is more Atlantic style. It's not, we can say that, we usually say that we make Atlantic wines compared to the Pacific or Andean wines that we have from Chile, Argentina.
Excellent. And what's the kind of soil type that we have here? I mean, we've got a ton of grass over the top, but we've got these big basaltic rocks. So this is all volcanic origin here.
Yes. The region is basaltic. You can see by that big rock, but the end is not. I don't know if it's possible to see, but the origin is basaltic. Okay. So there are places that is impossible to plant because there is no deepness.
It's just the solid mother rock.
Yes. It's a bed rock flourishing up to the top of the area. But in average, we have such formations like these rocks. In this place, for example, we took off several small rocks, or not so small, to facilitate the mechanization. And the composition is normally rocky, small rocks, and with a good organic percentage, organic material percentage, and at 27 to 30% clay. So, summing up the climate thing, the composition of the soil, the clay presence, but how can I say, the inclination, they are steep places.
We've got a lot of hills.
Yes,
you can see back
thanks to that, it doesn't retain so much humidity or water, but it's a clay thing in dark soil, is a cool soil. Probably this is one of the reasons grapes like Merlot performs better than, for example, Cabernet in this place. Historically, we know from that thing from Chateau Petrus that Merlot is a vine that stands for wet feet.
So it's happy to get its feet wet.
But of course depends on your load in your vineyard to avoid to have watery wines, of course.
And what do you do? I mean, here we can see what are some of the techniques in the vineyard that you try and mitigate this humidity and rainfall? So this is really high, your trellis. Why have you picked it up?
Yes, to avoid the proximity with the soil, the humidity in certain times. And also you see the green, the soil is natural. It's natural, but it's a competition because again they are normally rich soils. Depending on the vintage, more with more rain, for example, more water, natural water, we make a competition for the water and also the richness of the soil with the natural cover. Okay.
Excellent. So,
So
life's a bit too easy for the vines here. You need to make it harder and
yeah.
give them some competition.
Yes,
with
we
the
provoke the
grass.
competition. We open the market. We are not.
Much like Brazil's
yes.
market in
No,
general.
yeah, Brazil in general is not so open in that sense, but that's the reasoning behind having green cover inside the vineyard. Yeah.
Wonderful. And if you were to describe in 3 or 4 words the character of Pizzato Merlot or Merlot from Vale dos Vinhedos in Brazil, how would you describe it as a wine?
It's a wine that is not so, how can I say, is not so smooth compared to the easygoing Merlots that we can find internationally, probably the ones that were not so well represented in Sideways, for example, but they are not so easygoing in that sense that they have some tannin structure. Thanks to that thing of the soil that is clay based in certain terms, and also is a cool soil, and they are fruity. Depending on the management of the vineyard, they can have some structure. For example, it was chosen to be the local representative in the duo Vale dos Vinhedos, Merlot for red wines, Chardonnay for the whites. That's one of the reasons Merlot performs well in a place like this. It has some personality, it has some character. It's not, let's say, if you wanna, depends on your decision in the vineyard, in the winery. Yeah, if you wanna, it can have some personality, structure. That's the summary.
A little bit of spine then, and a lot of personality, which goes really well with the Italian food from the region.
Yes, and also
Italian Brazilian.
Yes, there is the little bit in Brazil, yes, the food, but also with the local churrasco.
Barbecue.
The barbecue in the rounding spits that appeared internationally in this place, not in Vale dos Vinhedos, for example, but in a place that was settled by Italians too, from the Veneto. It's far from here, 30-35 kilometers. It's the origin of the Brazilian style barbecue, using spits and passing several cuts. And the Merlots from this, the Tannats also from near the border with Uruguay, performs pretty well with such cuts
so
made by the gauchos.
Don't go to Rio, come to Serra Gaúcha.
Yes, come here, and of course.
So the Vale dos Vinhedos.
Probably we must have to enjoy more using part-time in Rio, part-time in São Paulo, why not, yes. A big gastronomic pole, and also came to Vale dos Vinhedos, Serra Gaúcha, etc. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, welcome.